If it all goes right. Mariners fans, we haven't been here very often in the last 20 years. I'm going to be honest with you. Only a few times throughout our recent history have we been vying for a playoff spot in the month of September, most recently last year. Last year did not end how we wanted it to, but I think this year in 2022, it is shaping up to have a better ending for our Mariners at the end of the regular season. Today, I'm here to present to you If It All Goes Right. If you want to check out If It All Goes Wrong, done by Colton yesterday, please do so. If It All Goes Right for me starts with simply just making the playoffs. The limiting factor in the If It All Goes Wrong video is the baseline for mine. Making the playoffs should be the first step, and plenty of players can help us achieve that by everything going right for them in the month of September. The first player that comes to mind is Cal Raleigh, currently chasing Mike Zunino for a franchise record. Most home runs by a catcher in a singular season. The record is 25. Cal Raleigh currently sits at 23 home runs, so he's creeping up on him. Only needs 3 for the month of September. I think he can do it. Eugenio Suarez comes to mind as well, a player who we did not know how he was going to fill in Kyle Seager's shoes. Kyle Seager was an immense part of Mariners culture and for a long time one of the most beloved players in Mariners history. With him retiring last year, there seemed to be a huge void empty at third base. What better player to have replaced him so far this year than good vibes only man Eugenio Suarez. Eugenio hit 2 bombs the day that I record this, so he's on the brain. Yes, he strikes out a lot, but he keeps team morale high and he hits home runs like no tomorrow. And if everything continues to go right for him in 2022, well, he's just going to continue to lead the MLB in home runs since 2018. Currently, he's one behind Aaron Judge at 156, while Judge has 157. However, I've got faith in Eugenio to retake that lead by the end of the year. Another player to keep an eye out for if everything goes right for them is Robbie Ray, a pitcher that we signed in the offseason who was supposed to be the ace of our staff coming off a Cy Young award with the Toronto Blue Jays in the previous season. Robbie Ray wasn't really meeting our expectations in the first half of the season. In April and May, Robbie was not pitching to his standards but seemed to find his stride once again in June. After a very successful June, he found himself in July against the Astros and the Yankees and had some pretty rough outings. Being able to bounce back after those two in August, Robbie went 3-0 with a 1.64 ERA and 41 strikeouts over 33 innings pitched. So far during his only start in September at the time of this recording, he did go 6 scoreless with 3 strikeouts against the Guardians. He is slated to pitch against the reigning World Series champions Atlanta Braves Friday, the day that this goes up. So if everything goes right for Robbie Ray, well, we're looking at a complete game shutout from him against the Atlanta Braves tonight. If the season ended today, the Seattle Mariners would in fact be in the playoffs. We are currently tied with the Tampa Bay Rays at the top of the AL wildcard. However, they own the season series against us, so we would end up in Tampa for a 3-game series against them to potentially advance to the division series. If it all goes right, it does start with just making the playoffs. However, taking it a step further, hosting a playoff series in Seattle would be the best case scenario for our Seattle Mariners. A city that has been hungry for a playoff berth for as long as I can remember, deserves a 3-game series at home against whoever we get pitted up against. Give us a series at home in Seattle where Mariners fans can rejoice and cherish the moment like it's 2001 all over again. Taking it a step further beyond hosting the Wild Card Series, winning the Wild Card Series, advancing to the American League Division Series where we either face the winner of the AL East or our division rival, Houston Astros, the winner of the American League West, who currently hold the top record in the American League. Facing them in a 5-game series seems a lot better than facing them in a 7-game series, albeit still a tough challenge. But if it all goes right, Robbie Ray putting the bugaboos behind him of facing the Astros in Minute Maid Park, he shuts them down, allowing the Mariners to advance to the American League Championship Series. And whoever they face there, well, if we can beat the Astros, we can beat just about anybody. From a Verlander-esque ALCS from Luis Castillo, and some unbelievably timely hitting from Mariners veterans Ty France and Mitch Haniger, I can only help but see the Mariners making the World Series if everything goes right. Not only ending our playoff drought, ending our World Series drought because, well, Seattle's never been to the World Series, guys. I don't know if I need to remind you of that, but something to keep in mind. And if we make it to the World Series, well, why not just go 1 for 1? If it all goes right for the Seattle Mariners, a top-of-the-line rotation, a bullpen that's second to none, and key bench contributors like Sam Haggerty, Dylan Moore, or even Abraham Toro, players that can come off the bench, give us a spark plug when we need it, whether that's a pinch hit to keep the momentum rolling or even a pinch running opportunity to snag a bag to get themselves into scoring position for other people in the lineup to drive them in. Those 3 players likely will play a pivotal role alongside a defense that is stellar beyond comparison and a team that walks and hits clutch home runs when they needed to. The Seattle Mariners have everything they need to piece together a World Series run. And none of this would be possible without Mariners manager Scott Service. The manager who's been here through thick and thin in the darkest of times throughout the rebuild, has led us to the promised land and orchestrated things perfectly for everything to go right for the Seattle Mariners in 2022. Scott finally gets his flowers alongside the Mariners with a 2022 World Series championship. A World Series title in 2022 does not end our everything going right for the Seattle Mariners. There's still the offseason to look forward to, and with a World Series title at most under our belt, and at minimum a playoff berth, we're likely to attract many lucrative free agents to come play for Seattle, and hopefully continue the success going forward. And the player who will be at the center of our core for many, many years to come, who likely was the key contributor in our World Series run if everything goes right, is none other than rising superstar for the Seattle Mariners, Julio Rodriguez. On screen right now is a video Colton made a while back about why and how Julio is our next superstar. I implore you guys to go check it out. And once again, thank you guys for watching this, and go Mariners.